blessing on it. Too real, this ain't metaphoric. We just put the I in iconic. Buzzing like I'm electronic. Yeah, I put a blessing on it. See me dripping in it 24/7 on it. I'm just being honest. Holy water dripping from my neck to my crep. So I'm two-stepping on it like.
I can't.
We're good? We're good? We're here.
Hi,
Kell.
welcome back.
Welcome back. Hey, everybody. It's Tiffany Foy. Welcome to the Rambling Porch. We're Rambling Podcast. We are fortunate to be portunate. We have brought that back because we do have a porch. And just because I'm stumbling all over it is because I have some exciting news. One, Kell is back on the porch in the she shed, finally. She's been stubborn. I know that's hard for y'all to believe, but she has been. You have...
I've had a lot of things going on.
Well, we talk about how we have to take a lap, and so you've been taking...
It's a long lap. It's a lot of laps sometimes. I mean, this year just started off with a bang, and been running ever since.
You have.
I'm still trying to lap it out. But I feel better now.
I know. She said that while ago, and I said,
around.
no, we have to tell everybody that Kell has taken a lap. She's changed her face and her attitude, and she's here, and she's smiling. We had to take her on a little field trip because y'all know Kell's sensitive to her environment, and we all are. So we had to go listen to some good music. We had to go get our toes done. We had to, girl,
so bad,
y'all.
It was a real
check your toes, and then that was a fluctuation. We hadn't had them done since before Mardi Gras.
Okay, I was still rocking Mardi Gras toes.
You were
last week.
Well,
we all know Mardi Gras been over for a long time, and I'm all about it, but still was excessive.
That was
my little, Rowan said, just push your toes back.
Yeah.
Just push your toes. Baby, I'm trying to get in there. Got a lot of things.
No, everybody, we all have our gifts, and that's not one of them, but we can't be running around all ratchet like that.
No, people are looking.
Yes, and if you watch the Monroe episode, you know that is a huge thing. We talked about the toes and the hammer toe. And no, it was no. Yes, and then I'm a Sebastian Maniscalco fan, huge, and when you can do a nice slice of provolone
with your nails,
with your big toe, he says it on one of his shows. I could recite word for word, but because I can recite word for word, I don't remember which one of his shows they all go to. But oh my gosh, if you guys
I've been trimming and filing in between because they just get a little excessive.
Yeah,
I don't like to wear closed-toed shoes, but when you look down and your feet are ugly, and then you're just mad at your feet, it's like being mad at your hair. Like it's a whole thing. So make that appointment. Fix your fucking toes,
please.
It'll change your life.
Please do. And we changed our hair.
Yes, we did.
So Kell is back with her porcupine pouflon.
My signature look.
She is back. Y'all, the weave is back. Feels good. I had to give the head a break.
Another high five.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited.
It feels good.
We're getting our shit together.
Are we?
We keep threatening.
No, Nick says, don't be lying because she said this to me the other day. Yes.
She goes, okay, I'm going to go get my life together. I said, don't be, no.
You know damn
We're
good.
We're marking shit off the list, though.
Well, look, I didn't even make it.
Chip away at it.
It's 5 steps, and I turned back around and forgot what I was doing. I said, never mind, that was a total lie. And at the same time, I'm saying, never mind, that was a total lie. Nick's going, don't lie about shit like that. We know damn good and well you're not going to go and get your life together. That's cute.
But I'm going to try. I'm going to do one baby step, get me a little bit closer.
You got to put your thing on the coaster because
if
not, it's...
Get your shit.
Look.
My mother would
now
be
you
embarrassed.
Got me spilling shit. You got it.
This is like a little... Y'all are testing me. I can feel it. They're like, oh, she's back. Pop quiz. Sorry, you've been absent.
Well, I'm the one
for
with
the
shit
last
running down
fucking
my
2
arm.
months. So what else is going on?
Okay, so exciting news. So on my way here, so we've got we've had a bunch of really, really fun, cool guests that you have been missing on, and
clearly,
so, yes, and everybody's been missing you, and we've been so glad, and I'm so glad you're back. But we've had some really cool, fun musicians, and you know a lot of them, and it's been fun just really getting to do meet and greets and introduce the people to their background and their history, and even though that we've known them for a long minute, or it's really cool to learn what brought them to the music scene. What if that was in their family or if
behind
they were,
scenes,
so it's been really, really, really fun and really, really cool, and I've had such a blast doing it. But we have up and coming Rich O'Toole is going to be on the show, and I met that guy a long, long time ago, and I haven't seen him in years. And so, ironically enough, you guys will see him coming on the show. But I was talking to him on my way up here this morning, and he just asked me to
wait for it.
Yes, y'all.
What did he ask you
to record on his CD? He's got an up and coming. I said CD. That just tells you how old I am.
Ooh.
We're gonna put on a new 8-track cassette.
Yeah,
coming in
vinyl.
2025.
It's gonna be on vinyl too.
It is, yeah.
Go for a big signature.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, I literally was like, wait, what?
Okay.
Now let me check my schedule. Sure, I'm fine. That's good. I'm open.
I'm pretty sure I can move some shit around for you, Rich.
So I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
So that's super cool, and I can't wait to tell you guys. So, but
got a brand new season.
Brand new season. 2025 is been. It's going so fast
already,
and it's cruising. And what's crazy is I went through so much shit in 2024, personal with my family and my dad, and it was tough. And you were there through the whole thing, and boom, you started off right out of the gate with this year, very same scenario. And
that's another reason I've been missing.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of firsts this year. I've been missing. I've been sad. I've been checked out. My dad had a stroke, which I know happens to a lot of people's parents. But miraculously, after 35 days in rehab, he is back home and kicking ass and talking shit. And
when Kell and I first met forever and ever and ever ago, that was one thing. The very first time she met my dad and the very first time I met your dad, you're like, oh my goodness.
We same.
Exactly the same. These two men are...
They might hurt your feelings, but they got a big heart.
Oh my gosh. If they're not crying, they're yelling. They're the meanest teddy bears
it's just
in
their way.
The entire world.
Skin.
Yeah. So
that's probably why we are the way that we are.
Yes. So ironically enough, I think it's sad because I know what you're going through, but you were so there for me. And it's just, when it's unexpected like that, they go in for a checkup and then they just don't ever come out.
And procedure, and then they're snowman, and you just hope you never have to make those choices.
Right.
And I did all the things right, and I, fought for my dad, and fortunately, a little change in medication, and he woke up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a miracle. Raising hell.
He's yelling at everybody. Everything is right back to the norm.
And I've had to tell him he can't drive, and he's pissed about that, but he's driving around the neighborhood in his little Kubota, taking his dog for rides and making excuses to check out.
He took off. He set up a booby trap for y'all. He said he wanted something.
Hey, look over there.
And then boop, jumped in his Kubota and
he's
hauled
leaving. I'm like, look, I said he could drive that. I wasn't talking about 2 days. I hired all this help. I put him on hospice, all the things. He fired all the help. He said, I don't need nobody coming down here talking about help me take a shower.
You said that hospice was there for like less than a day, and you're like, okay, he fired everybody.
Okay, he's not actually dying. I don't know what to tell y'all. I overstaffed. Always overstaff. You can always cancel people, but you don't want to be drowning and then be like, oh shit, we're drowning. Come help. No one's going to come help at the last minute. So I made all the rightest choices.
When you said that he found the keys, and I was thinking,
oh my God.
I remember when, it was you, Nick, that hit him? And I mean, the girl can...
Harold's keys.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden him. And I'm talking... Harold is
you're not supposed to.
Harold is and that garage is perfect for a hoarding show.
Oh, mine too.
God love him.
That's a real thing.
But he can tell you where every nut and bolt is in that place, every pipe, every
he knows everything that's
wire.
Missing.
Yep.
Every plug that's plugged into. Where's my warmer that warms my coffee mug that belongs out at my garage computer? I had to borrow the one from in the house because now I don't have one. And I'm like, Dad, I really was like just trying to help, and we weren't sure that you were coming home. And he's like, y'all just moved all my shit around. He felt like he went to sleep and woke up and came home and he got robbed.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've been
everything is so like deja vu for me when listening to your conversations, but I will never. And he sure as shit got in that truck and
I bet he
drove straight to New Braunfels and was like, what the hell?
He remembered something that he needed.
Driving on that medication.
No, they ain't gonna listen. I said, Dad, I'm the boss. And he said,
how he found
no, you're not.
And it's not like he has a key ring like me and Nick have. It's got a carabiner that you can climb Mount Everest with.
Yeah, my dad got.
No, he's got a little
tiny
key ring with 2-3 keys on it. That's it.
Oh,
and you know the old keys. It's
my dad
not like
got the janitor
now
style.
that you like the key to the city. No, the keys are not that big. It's the little tiny little.
I'm telling you, stubborn,
it's crazy.
Ornery will take you a long way. You be sweet, you die quick.
Well,
so keep that piss and vinegar.
We're gonna be around.
I'm just saying, I've seen it.
We ain't going anywhere.
Still talking shit.
Yeah.
What?
Well, we had an incident a couple weeks ago, and I really want to. You and I have not personally talked about it, but that's what I really wanted to talk about today. Is this outside of family, and that we missed you, and I love you, and I'm glad you're back here. Everybody misses you.
I love you.
We miss
glad to be back.
Everybody misses your sass.
I've been missing my spirit. My hair was growing out. I was sad and boring and overcome. And then I said,
well, now you've had
fuck this shit.
Here we go.
We got this.
Let's do this.
Welcome back.
So,
Tits up.
Yes. We were getting ready to go somewhere. I don't know. And so you guys know Riley, her adult baby child, man child.
My parent
child. Yes.
He's the boss of me.
My nephew. And the sweetest child, which his sass is really, it's good. It's his timing is good. I don't know where he gets it from.
I don't either.
But anyways, we were getting ready. It was Saturday. We were going somewhere. We had something coming up. So I was in the bathroom running around and the animals, blah, blah, blah. Well, and he's got his passcode to come into the house, and in comes the 2 boys, him and his buddy. And I come around the corner, and Nick and them are saying, hey, look who we found on the front porch. And I'm thinking, what's in the package, you know?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Probably something for Birdie. Yeah.
Does it say live animals inside?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. And it's the 2 boys. And so they're sitting on the ottoman, and they have this really, like...
Guilty?
You know... And Riley's one that he reaches out to me for everything. And even with like the older boys, my older boys,
yeah. They'll
their
tell
whole
you before
kids, they're friends, they're whatever. I've always been the one that they go to. They can text me, or they don't have to worry about it.
Don't tell my mom.
Please don't tell my mom. Right. Yeah. Yes. Help. So, and not to mention, I've had the same phone number forever, and everybody it's the easiest phone number in the world to remember. So, but anyways,
Google it.
So the boys are sitting there. And I said, what are y'all doing? And they said, well, we were going to go down the road. So I'm going to give you guys a scenario so I can set this up so you can understand. These 2 boys are 15-year-olds, straight A students, on A honor roll, never in trouble. Do everything that they need to do.
Clean records.
Stupid clean.
Yes,
like they're 15.
yes.
go ahead and fuck up already. Throw an egg
Pluck
at something.
his hair.
For
You
real.
can do whatever you want.
Throw a
It's
roll
fine.
of toilet paper. I know it's expensive. And
not the eggs.
No,
not
forget
the eggs.
That's gold.
Girl, no.
But so these kids are that good. And they have these e-bikes, right? So these are, they don't have a motor on them. They're all electric. And
all the rage.
And they look like dirt bikes, and we'll show a picture of them because it's not. There's some that have
the pedals
that you can pedal. Like there's a couple of them in our subdivision, and you see those. There's that place.
I think those
downtown
are street legal
that sells them
if you have pedals. We'll get
so
to that.
The kids have these bikes. They look like dirt bikes, but you cannot hear them. A mosquito sounds louder than they do.
Mm-hmm.
So they were going down. So I live off of not a major highway, not a major street. It's Mission Valley Road. It's very tiny. And it takes you from 46 to 1863, which are still farm roads. 46 is not, but 1863 is a farm road. So the kids were going on this little tiny stretch.
Between our neighborhoods. And they were going to run down. There's a little place down at the end of the road that has crawfish. They have food trucks. It's called the Reserve at 1863. It's a cool little outdoor place. The kids welcome, whatever. They invited us to take the camels. Yes.
So super cool vibe. You guys check it out. So the kids were going there, and they were on the grass, and they got pulled over by an officer.
Yes.
And the officer first thing I said was, who was it? One, because I know so many and this is the county officers here in town. And we know so many of them. And I'm so grateful for so many of them. Because they protect us on the river.
Absolutely.
They help us all the time. I'm the biggest supporter of the sheriff's department here in town. I feed them on the river all summer long. They do such an amazing job. And I get that some enforce stronger than others. Some come across meaner than others.
Sure.
But whatever. So they pull the kids over and asked them where they were going, and they said they just left their Aunt Gypsy's house.
And they were headed to
And they were headed
Aunt
to
Gypsy's house.
Well, no, they were going there.
He told me they
And
were
I could've
smart
been-
enough to lie, to say they were going to your house and not say we're headed to the crawfish bowl.
Okay, so maybe
So they said-
maybe I missed that
The
part.
cop was on the phone and said, I just want to tell you the laws and these are not street legal and yada yada. And I know they're going out to do something good and go clean those monkey cages for their aunt. So I'm
Okay,
going to follow
okay.
them over to her house and you'll have to come pick them up with the truck. And I said, okay, babe.
Okay, so I didn't get that whole part of the call that they called you. But I said, which is good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have known just that little tiny bit before I lost my mind. So, which happens from time. I know it's hard for y'all to believe,
Listen.
but I did. So, he tells me the officer's name, and I was like, huh,
Sounds
boy,
familiar.
I could have picked that out
Pickers.
of a lineup because this guy, this particular officer, in my opinion, is a bully. His main he is traffic, which okay, that's fine, but it's just, and that's my opinion.
I was thankful that he got off with a warning and
He
did exactly what he
did.
was supposed to do.
And he said that he called in for backup. What does he think that they're going to do? They're two 15-year-old
One is my size and one is smaller.
kids on e-bikes.
They might take off. Those things go pretty
There's
fast.
nowhere to go. There's
literally
freaking high fences on
nowhere to
both
go.
sides
I was
of
just
the road.
thankful he got nothing on his record. I tried to scare him and say, shit like this can stay with you. It can keep you out of college. I know it's going to drop off, but that's beside the point. I was
You're
like,
more positive about this than I am.
he
So
did. Yeah.
you're just, yeah.
Well, you've already done this. This
Well,
is my first
here's
teenager.
Here's my point is that, so I called friend of my SO guys that I know very well. And I said, hey, I've got a question. So I want to explain this to me.
Please.
Because I see there's a gentleman in my subdivision. He looks like Geppetto. So if you see
We'll
him,
call
you'll be
him
like,
Geppetto.
we're going to call him Geppetto for now. And he has his little scoot that he buzzes by on all the time. And I'm thinking, okay. And I mean, this dude, he is getting it. So, and I asked the boys, I said, Rye, I swear to pickles, if you are lying to me and you guys were because I just got his ass the other day
Popping
about
wheelies.
Yep. And I said, absolutely not. No. So when I made the phone call and was talking to a friend of mine that's on the force, and I said, just explain to me the rules and if this is okay or if this is not okay, or, because I don't get it.
Because you can ride
So
a regular bike.
You can ride a regular bike on the road,
Yeah.
which we all know, because on River Road,
Just happened
Lord
to me
have mercy,
on the way here.
there is 40,000 of them Memorial Day weekend taking up the entire road. They don't give a shit.
Not the time.
They don't give two fucks. They're in the way.
I followed one in the construction on the way here. I was like,
There's drunks on the road. There's curves. There's everything that you should not do on a
yeah,
is
next
on
to
this
a bicycle.
road. Right. So I said, explain it to me. This is off the beaten path, the road that the kids were on. They were on the grass. Can they not ride these on the grass? Is it just because they're street? So if that was my property, which I know the people that have the two adorable houses up front, the little old. So right there where that easement is. So if that was my house and my kids went outside of my gate on that easement, would they get in trouble? He said, Tiffany, that's a very gray area. He said, and I said, well, Do we have the
Here
book
we
of the
go.
gray area? Because I would really like to read it. Or can we, I just feel like the kids, one, could have been educated on this. They didn't educate the kids. They pulled them over, called in for backup, scared the shit out of them, and then escorted them to my house.
And told me
And
you
then,
can come
boop.
pick them up with a truck.
There we are. Yeah. So I get the whole scoop on it. We're driving to, I don't even know. We had a, okay, yeah, we were going to Seguin. Ironically
taking
enough.
them to get crawfish with you.
Exactly. So I said, I just don't understand why they can't ride them, because you got golf carts that can run pretty much all over now. You have SUVs, ATVs, UTVs that you can now ride that are street legal. I said, these bikes, what makes it different than a regular bike? So he said, if you remember, and I do, because I'm obviously, and this particular officer that I was talking to, I used to take care of when he was little. I'm not going to mention his name, but I used to take care of him. And so, obviously,
I've been knowing him.
Yeah, for a very long time. I changed his diapers.
Yep, okay.
So, yeah. And I said, I just want to understand why it
wasn't illegal?
Wasn't explained, or did, I feel like when the boys bought the bikes, that it would be like, okay, here's the deal. You cannot ride these on the street. Da-da-da-da-da. So I'm talking to the officer, and he's going, Tiffany, in fact, he was the second or third officer that I talked to that day. And the reason I went straight up the deal was because I knew all of these guys, but this particular officer is in charge of the one that pulled the boys over. And
his boss.
Yes, exactly. And so he said, Tiffany, I used to ride my dirt bikes. I said, oh, I know. You were bad as hell when you were little. These kids are good kids. These kids are good kids. And the other officer that I talked to was like, shit, I used to ride my dirt bike on 1604, Tiffany, which is a huge loop in San Antonio. I know I used to ride my dirt bikes. My kids were riding their dirt bikes down off of the property we had off of 35.
Right.
So he said used to, they would measure the speed by
The
horsepower.
Okay.
Now, because these bikes are so souped up, they cannot say you cannot have, it's got to be a 125 or less to ride it on the road, or higher, or vice versa, or whatever. Because these bikes that are now CCs will haul ass. They'll go 75 miles an hour or whatever. So now they don't base it on horsepower or CCs. It's just, and I said, okay, so let's just say I got on my bike, my little bike, my normal one with my banana seat, my flag up in the air, my baskets in the front, my kangaroo sitting in my basket.
I could ride from my neighborhood to yours with my flagpole and my
I
banana
pedaled because I'm a peddler, and I kicked it up to 60 miles an hour. Let's just say, is that illegal? He said only you would bring up that scenario.
It's a legitimate question.
I said, I'm
I'll
going
go
to think
get that
about
back
it
right now.
I will start practicing.
Have
Have you ever seen my daughters on a Peloton? Can you imagine if we put that thing on?
We'll have them just riding back and forth till they get pulled over.
Right.
Which one?
So
let's see.
So
the
let's
blondes,
think about that.
the brunette.
Yes. Right.
Y'all prejudice.
Right.
Bias. Something.
Racist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Against blondes.
Yeah. But think about that for a minute. So
no, I'm literally confused also, because it's okay for them to, I get it. He doesn't have a license. There's no insurance, but whatever. But I really was like,
okay, get this.
I didn't tell him strictly forbidden. I said, wear a helmet.
Get this. He said, this is something that just found out, is that you have to insure an uninsured
motorist.
Yes. So that bike, because you cannot insure it, you have to pay
for uninsured
uninsured vehicle policy, which, what do you say, it was like $10, $15 or something, has to go to the county. I said, somebody just need a new job.
Clearly, y'all made that job for somebody.
What is that tax going to? So now he said, this is new to me. And I said, so, okay, here's this scenario. I said, when we're on the island down at the beach house.
Okay, how about the island?
Let's talk about this. So we're all in Texas. So you know where my house is at. You can drive an UTV, a golf cart from my place.
Scooter, e-bike.
Yep, anything, yes. Down white cap.
All the way.
All the way.
Across the 361?
Across 361 to that whole area, anywhere over there from one side to the other side. But if you turn...
Totally legal.
Totally legal. But if you make a right turn or a left turn on 361, it's illegal.
Yes.
I said, so how do you make these rules? Who said that? Nope,
speed limit?
Not that road.
Based on the speed
and
limit?
I said, so how does that work in New Braunfels? Because it's the same deal. So you can take the golf carts in certain areas. You can da-da-da-da-da-da.
They have to have a license plate and they have to have blinkers.
Well, yes, they need to be street legal, but not necessarily down there.
Ish.
Or down here.
Ish.
If you know how to use your hand signals, then you don't need blinkers. If you don't have blinkers, you have to use hand signals or you can get pulled over.
Even on a bicycle.
Right. So my question was, how does anybody know where they can and cannot go? There's no sign that says
no e-bikes
no left turn.
Point.
Right. And he said that it is based on the county, right? So there was a terminology for it. So it's like a destination map or so. I don't know. It's
Google the rules when you come here. Some fancy ass word. Of them.
But basically, yes. So that particular county or city
allows it.
Maybe both. They set it up and say, okay, golf carts can go straight. They can go this right, but they cannot go this left.
Imagine my surprise.
So
where does the confusion lie?
So if this particular officer that I think has a hard on for anyone and everyone happens to pull over somebody that has no clue,
sure,
and is one of those that just instantly is like,
yeah, this game.
Sorry about your luck. Sorry about your luck.
Fuckers.
But right,
no crawfish today.
But I mean, that's the whole thing is
right.
It's disturbing.
I get it. I mean, it's about safety, and whatever. He had a real, but I mean, he's going to be on the road next year in a real truck. So I thought like a little bit of practice on the sidewalk just between neighborhoods. It seemed like it was fine, but yes.
One, I think it needs to be
public service announcement.
And yes, which is exactly what I'm doing. Two, I think there needs to be a disclosure, something. And you know what I said? I said, so where are they supposed to ride these bikes? He said, on your private property.
That's exactly what he told me. So in my yard?
I said, so these bikes are worthless. He said, pretty much. That's why I said, so you recommend the 15-year-old get into a UTV like mine.
Yeah.
And roll it.
Yeah.
And look how many people we know that have been in accidents on UTVs. Hell, go on the TikToks and film the people at the golf course in their carts after 47 hot toddies and a...
And the beer
but it's such a... Anyways,
well,
I just wanted to get this out, and I wanted to talk about it because I think that people should chime in and give us your thoughts and help us think and what is...
There's a lot worse things they could be doing.
That's what I said. And then not to mention the fact that they're off their iPad, they're off the computer, they're outside getting fresh air, doing boy things.
Right. That's man shit.
Not getting in any trouble. But I feel like somewhere, somehow, in the whole process of buying the bike to taking it home to whatever, there should have been something that said, by the way, guys, do you know that you cannot, or here's a course that you can take. You're only able to ride these on certain streets or only in your own property or whatever.
There's been a lot of, on the neighborhood page, the e-bike kids zipped on the sidewalk or,
and he did say, he said, look,
that kid.
I will download the video or upload it or however you get it. And he said, I'll let you know. And I said, if they were being little punk asses and doing wheelies and all that, I said, you better be the first one to call me or text me because I will bust their ass.
Sure.
Because I point blank looked them straight in the face. I mean, they were freaking shaking. Scared the shit out of them.
That was their first brush with real trouble.
Back up.
Thank God you were there.
Good Lord.
No, and then he's like, you need to pick them up with a truck from her house. And I'm like, okay, I'll get it arranged. But I was doing other shit. And then he texts me, we'll just find a way home. We'll go the back way. And I was like, if you think that cop ain't sitting there waiting for your ass, you got another thing coming. I said, you better sit right there and we're going to figure this out. Have someone come get you because the second time that cop is not going to be so nice. Even if he was a jerk the first time, he's going to be a real asshole this time.
Well,
I've been in enough trouble to know that. I a little bit. One time. Irrelevant.
One time.
Cut.
And we're back.
That's what I meant. Action.
You don't even need to say action because it all happened from the ghetto oil change to the fireplace to
There was a lot of dangerous things. It could have gone so much worse.
Lord. But anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about. I just want to talk about how
Thank
I
you.
think there's a gray area, and I think that it needs to be shared, and I think there needs to be
Because I really didn't know either. Like,
I had no clue.
I just was like,
a course like you need to take before
you need to take,
yeah. I was just like, yes, sir, yes, sir. And Charles was like, I could tell that was a
like
cop.
when you go,
Like, how many times you said, sir?
you get your motorcycle license. I mean, you have to, you got to go do the whole, right.
No, they upgrade from a fucking scooter to this thing, and it's like they're popping wheelies and going 50 miles an hour.
I don't understand why you would even get one.
I wasn't really in charge of that, for the record. It started with the dirt bike, and then he upgraded the dirt bike. He sold the dirt bike for more than it was worth, and then he decided he bought this used e-bike, and then he sold that for more than it was worth, and then he bought a new e-bike. So he was just like on that hustle game, and I'm like,
well, that's all fine and dandy, but
I'm trying to teach you to use your gifts for good.
You still can't do anything with it.
But I didn't realize, clearly.
I didn't either. That's why I was like, wait, what?
Everybody, if your kid has a fucking e-bike, check the rules in your county or whatever.
Check your, Texas is Texas, period. You can't do it. It's not from one county together. Yeah. No, it's.
So I'm like, he wants to like soup it up, and I'm like, you're going to have a truck in like next year. Why do you're not going to care about this?
No, why would you soup it up?
You're not going to care about this.
You can't even ride the damn thing.
Except on my private property, which my yard's about this big now.
You can ride it out here, but why?
At the undisclosed location?
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Maybe some animals will start chasing me.
But still.
I don't know. It seems dumb. And yes, worthless at this point.
Yeah. I just don't.
So that was a first. I had another first. My dog got bit by a snake. I know you're in that game, but I've had to go above and beyond my skill set. And it's been taxing. But, once you survive some shit that you didn't know you could get through.
Sometimes when you think that one more thing cannot happen.
Never say that. You never say, could it get any worse?
Fuck yeah, it can.
Oh, yeah. Hold my beer and watch this. It could always get worse. So you just, pace yourself. Get through it.
So this is kind of an interesting story. So if you guys have animals or whatever, kind of ironically enough, there's been a post that's been floating all over the web. And it's the rattlesnake in the children's Benadryl. If you chew that and hold it in your mouth, it absorbs faster. Not only in your mouth, but if you put it under your tongue, it's even faster and faster. So if anything,
chew it and put it under your tongue.
Chew it and put it under your tongue, and yes, it goes in faster than just if you hold it in your mouth, and it is life saving. So for people that get bit by rattlesnakes, and it is rattlesnake season.
Right. So they have yet to determine if it was a spider or a snake. So but my dog has very thick hair. I saw him in the afternoon.
Right.
And he came in the afternoon and shook his head, and it was like a grapefruit on the side of his neck. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, wow, this wasn't here earlier. My neighbor's a nurse. I said, come over and look at this. You think it's something we should like lance this thing? And he's like, oh, shit, you got to see her like a real professional about it. I went in, they shaved it, and they said, well, it was some kind of bite. We don't know what. Here's antibiotic and anti-inflammatory. And they didn't give me nothing, no wrap, no nothing. Thank God I got a little medical experience.
Yeah.
That dog scratched that thing open. Stay tuned for the picture. First night, blood from chin to foot to toe. I look up a massacre. I woke up in the house and my husband's like, I got to go to work and take care of something. So I was showering a bloody dog and shampooing, and it just progressively got worse. And then I asked you about it and sent you the picture, which I don't even know why I delayed a day, because you were like...
First of all, you hurt my feelings.
I was just in it, man. I was like in a murder movie.
And I mean, that's how people ask me all the time. In fact, I just got asked yesterday. We went to go see Dallas at Green Hall for an afternoon show, and it was amazing. I hadn't been to a Sunday afternoon show in a long time. It was so good to see him.
It's a good calm vibe.
Yes, and his dad was there, and it was great. I got some great videos. But I had Buck with me, which you guys know Buckaroo is the new family member. And we had him there, and people were coming from all over asking, how do you and what is
it? How do you? Does it wear it?
Yeah. And I said, well, when I was younger, anybody that would find a raccoon on the side of the road or a deer or whatever, they would bring it to my house. And of course, and
I'll bottle feed it. I'll save it.
I did a lot of bottle feeding at a young age. I'm still doing it.
Literally.
And so that's kind of how and with having as many animals and with us raising sheep and cattle.
But I've never done any of that. And this is the biggest wound I've ever personally been in charge of. And I don't know if y'all know this, but I am not a nurse. And
She's
this,
a math teacher.
this has taken more than I thought. They say never know how strong you are until you have no other choice. Or when like you're the only adult in the room and literally have to fix this problem. Yeah. So, I got gloved up. I got in there. You told me about the special gel. You got to get the gel. Go to Tractor Supply. Mm-hmm. The second that I sent the picture to my vet, they sent me the same damn gel prescription that you already told me. Yep. Thank you. Yes. Thanks for nothing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
But I've been working on that. That's been like 10 days. So Dad's been home. He's been feisty. I got the dog with the wound. I got the kid that got pulled over by the Comal County on the dam.
And that is why her face has not been very happy lately.
So
she's
like
back.
I said, I'm coming back around.
Yeah.
I feel good about it.
But Tanner's doing good.
Yep. You think he's going to make it?
Tanner's making a comeback.
Oh my gosh. It's still nasty, but it's getting smaller every day.
Yeah.
Finish up the antibiotics.
I'm kind of with them. I don't think that was a rattlesnake bite at all.
When I looked up brown recluse,
I think it was definitely a spider bite.
Shocked at what damage a brown recluse could do to a dog. He has very thick hair, so it really would have had it gotten in there, but...
Well, Tanner, I have gotten on her for a very long time, is not the skinniest dog.
Oh my God.
Or,
he doesn't exercise very much.
Well...
He chases squirrels, and my yard is really small, remember?
He doesn't chase them. He goes like this. Whoa. That's the extent of his chase. He's chases squirrels about as much as Hendrix does.
He's medicated. He ain't barked in a week.
Yeah.
It's glorious.
It's been the best week
glorious. You're welcome. Go to sleep.
Right,
Go to sleep.
Sweet dreams. We love you.
Yeah, you got to sleep through this. My God. Sometimes you got to sleep through it. Mm-hmm. If you're mad, go to bed.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, well, I'm glad everybody is making a...
Thank you. Thank you
I'm glad you have a veterinary advice. And you're making a turnaround.
Hell yeah.
But yes. But yeah, if you ever need some cheap vet advice, you can always...
Clearly.
And I'll let you know. This one has not crossed my path before. You might want to take this one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you better escalate that to like a professional.
Yeah. But I'm very blessed to have a lot of vets that I work with.
Absolutely. And I've seen all the crazy, weird things that can happen. And let me tell you what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That look dead. That ain't good.
Nope. No. Well, I fixed that. Hendrix just had his ear full of fluid. And yeah, he did a surgery a couple years ago.
Something.
And I drained it. I pulled the first,
fat?
First one I did. I pulled 11 cc's out of it. I said,
I don't know what that little fat cigar size syringe looked like.
That's a lot.
It's significant.
Yes. And so, and did really good for a few days. And then I put him on some things and then it just kept
going. Because they flap it, right?
Yeah, but it just kept continuously feeling. And the only way to
strap
fix
it to their head
is to go in and
drain it,
burn the deals. And
cauterize.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he had a pretty intense deal, but
I appreciate your skills, and it's like you never know what you can do until you have to do it. You see that show 1923?
Somebody was just talking about that today.
That old bitch is such a badass. Like everybody gets shot up, and she's just like, put him on the table, strap the neck, pull the
I think I started it, but I don't think I got it.
Get back into it. Get back into it. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, she just buckles down, and whatever the fuck needs to be done, that's what needs to be done, and she doesn't.
That's how I am with animals now.
I'm gonna
people
throw up.
Do that shit at the resort, and I'm like, you know
what? No time for throwing up.
Yeah.
No. Throw up later. Get this shit under control. If it's on me, now that's another story. I might be like, oh, I can't look at it.
No, animals, I can.
Animals and other people, I'm fine.
I dive right in there.
Well, see, it's another thing. I don't want to be involved in your emergency, but I'm a math teacher.
Yeah.
I have a certain set of skills.
It's 1 + 1 =
shit. I hate it here.
Yeah. But I think if you should, or in people that do have animals, a few things while we're on the topic that you should keep in your house at all times is gauze, Coban.
Yep.
A syringe.
Yep.
Doesn't necessarily have to have a needle on it, but that is for giving medication. Pepto-Bismol, Benadryl tablets.
Whiskey. Just thought I'd throw that in.
That was for the adults.
It sounded,
One for me, a Benadryl for you.
Okay, here we go.
A Benny for you.
Yes.
Yes. Peanut butter.
And just...
Did I say Coban?
Gotta have Coban.
Gotta have Coban.
Gotta have the Coban.
Yeah, but those are some
Tractor Supply is
literally
really good.
and the
Coban that's
Vegemicin.
like super thick.
Yeah.
And the Vegemicin.
Vegemicin.
The
you
gel.
can get
You gotta get the gel.
Get the gel. It's in a blue bottle, white spray handle.
You want jail?
Yeah, yeah. Not that kind. They don't do that.
You didn't have no boyfriend?
Yeah.
That's why you had no boyfriend.
Exactly. That's so good. But yeah, but those are some things that we can put a little list together that are must-haves that it'll blow your mind.
Whatever life throws your way, you just got to get in there and take care of it and come back walking on sunshine.
You can. Yeah, yeah.
Listen.
And if y'all ain't listened to Auntie Pam,
you're missing out.
Everybody go get you
Y'all
some Auntie
missing
Pam.
out.
Ooh, I am obsessed.
You need a smile on your face. You better listen to some Auntie Pam
with her.
Girl.
She is the best. She is the best.
I'll be at work and be like,
seriously, because I send them to you all the time. I'm like, girl, she called heaven again.
oh, I need to know. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold your breath. I'll be right there.
Yeah. Why are you purple? Auntie Pam is on right now.
In the middle of some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So good. It is so good. Sometimes the shit that comes out of her mouth, and I think I have a lot of retarded shit that comes out of my mouth, and
we keep threatening to write it down.
I'm telling you, her and I could be such good friends. Such good
Can
friends.
I be your white friend? Do you have a white friend?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing.
I'm right
Be
here.
a singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, girl. I'll get your autograph. You want that? I trade you one for one.
She's so freaking epic.
Oh, we need to find her. Where does she live? We want to go.
Where does
Let's send her a message.
We should.
Can we hang out with you on
Seriously, golly, she would be.
Can we do
so
like
fun.
a video call? I bet she would do that. Come on, I bet she would do that.
This is Gypsy from Texas.
Yeah, hey, we calling you from Texas.
Yeah,
we trying to see what's up.
I got a question.
We got questions.
Yeah. I tell you what, when she did that macaroni shoot the other day, I sent it to my kids because they always want my recipe.
The secret about the macaroni.
I love to cook. And she's like, yeah, it ain't going to be the same if you don't have 4 cheeses.
No, and you got to, I don't measure
you
nothing.
You just put a splash of that in there and a sprinkle of this in there. And I was like, exactly.
But it's never going to taste how you do it.
No, you got to stick your finger
in it. Nikki's the same. I'm like, oh, how did you make that? She's like, girl, it's like a, some of this and some of that. A whole bunch. Garlic. More garlic. When you think you had enough, put some more.
You never have enough garlic.
I can't wait.
Yeah, but yes, Auntie Pam.
So you got...
There's your pet supply list.
Okay. We covered that. The e-bike.
Throw them away.
PSA. Fucking worthless. Sell it.
Yeah.
Sell it right now before everyone finds out you can't ride them.
Before everybody finds out that they're worthless. Get rid of them. Spend your money on something else.
Noted. But I think it's springtime. It's a new season. I'm feeling better about it. I know you're feeling better about it. Looking good about it.
Trying.
We'll have to look at the calendar.
Oh, yeah.
I know y'all busy. Nick could do a PDF or something and cross-match the reference of the day.
She'll airdrop you into the event.
She probably knows how to do that. There's probably a guy, a parachute.
Woo!
Yeah, you got like a
stork
kite type thing I can fly in.
Drone, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you meant. Drone.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep, just drop her right on.
Well, I can't wait. I think good things are coming our way. I'm glad to be back.
We need some rain.
Yeah, we got a little bit of rain. Keep the rain coming.
Everybody
do your rain dance.
Do your rain dance.
Stuck in a storm.
Yep.
Do a
little
rain
at a time. Please do your rain dance.
Yes. The slow soak.
Yes.
The slow soak.
Yeah, we definitely need some rain, and pray for everybody with the fires. That was rough. But yeah.
Man. Keep it coming. All the good things.
All the good things. You guys like, share, follow, subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. You can
stretch and hydrate.
Yes, stretch and hydrate. Whatever that means to you. Yes, please. SPF 90. We are serious about our skincare. Yes.
Go team.
You can get those deodorant stick ones. They're amazing.
Especially for the tattoos.
Yeah.
Those are real good.
Those are very good. But yes. But yeah. It's going to be a busy couple weeks, couple months.
Hell yeah.
Summer's coming in. You'll be getting your outside time. This is Kell season.
Favorite time.
This is Kell season. Yeah.
Coming back in. I'm like one of those seasonal, like it's not depression, but it's just not right.
Yeah.
NQR. Not quite right.
Yes.
Not quite right.
Yeah. Anytime there's a cloud outside, it's NQR.
What's wrong with you? I don't know.
Yeah. Did y'all see that one cloud out there?
I'm solar powered.
Yeah.
This is serious.
Oh my God. And I found a hat. I'm making her a deal the other day. You are fucking solar powered.
It's a thing.
That's
I gotta
right.
recharge.
Oh no, you don't. You need, sometimes we need to turn you, we need to
Can we drain her battery?
we're going to put a cover on top of your
My
deal.
solar panel.
On your solar panel. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Don't tell her, but I'm going to put
We're gonna have to put a governor on that power switch a little bit. I know you know how to do all that shit too.
I do. I'm gonna remote
we got a
control
remote for
thing.
that.
Yes.
Shut her down. Shut her down. Nope.
Yeah.
Abort. Abort.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my
Well, I can't
hell.
wait.
I'm fucking solar powered.
I'm feeling fucking good about it.
I gotta figure. I found one the other day. I was like, oh my God, this is 100% Kell. I don't even remember.
We gotta write it down. That's why, because we never
Oh,
remember.
look, word of the day.
Oh, you got some words of the day.
We haven't done this in a minute. I'm glad we're saving it for you. Is fructose intolerant.
Okay.
Completely annoyed and intolerant of fucktards.
I can hear you.
Go on, get.
I'm right here.
That's kind of how I felt about the e-bike situation.
Oh my gosh.
At that point, I was calling everyone I knew because I was fructose
Is
intolerant.
this the worst problem that's going on in Comal County right now? I'm just saying. I'm thankful for y'all.
I am, and I get that laws are laws. Y'all don't get me wrong. I'm not
Rules are rules.
encouraging breaking the law whatsoever.
Rules are rules.
I just feel like there should have been a process leading up to this that said, one, you just can't put it on the street. How are we just now finding out about it? How did they let them buy the bike without?
That's like a
knowledge?
$4,000 bike.
That's
for
what
a
I'm saying.
15-year-old.
This is
He's
not-
still paying it off. He's cleaning monkey cages.
Yes.
This goddamn bike that's getting pulled over
That
on
he
the way
can't
to
ride.
clean the monkey cage.
That he cannot ride. Y'all, he cannot ride the damn
I
thing.
said, well, he used to have a shortcut between the neighborhoods, and he goes, just so you know, that's probably private property. And I was like,
yeah, we already know the HOA
meh.
sent us that letter too.
Okay,
but we're going to send
but
him a violation.
I'm trying to keep him off the goddamn highway.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you want me to do? He has a helmet on.
Doesn't matter. I just
Clearly.
The whole thing just frustrated me. I was very fructose intolerant that
Thank
day.
you, and I'm glad that he showed up at his auntie's
Auntie's,
house
yes.
to go to war, just
Yeah.
in case.
Well, yeah.
Just in case. Get inside and sit on the fucking couch.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. If I found out there was one wheelie,
Y'all better not. He probably got it on
tires
video.
on your bike. It is worthless.
You know he's got that dash cam. You're gonna know if you're doing willies. You're gonna put that shit on YouTube. Cop cam, dash cam.
Exactly what I told him.
Gypsy got the video. We posted
Lone
it.
Star Law.
Exactly.
Lone Star Law.
You gotta know somebody get that video. Redacted.
Yep. Well, and as a matter of fact, I do.
Surprise!
I know several of them. Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it was your good side because.
Amen. Well, y'all stay out of trouble. Stay off them e-bikes.
Yep.
Do all the things.
Make good choices. Try.
Enjoy the sunshine, especially if you're solar powered.
Especially. Oh my God, it's been fun. I love you and I miss
I
you.
love you.
I'm
It's
so
been
glad you're-
quite a fucking treat.
I know. Her smile is back.
Woo!
And
Cut.
cut.
They love it when I say that.
Yeah.
I put a blessing on it, see me dripping in it 24/7 on it. I'm just being honest, holy water dripping from my neck to my crep, so I'm two-stepping on it like